Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and today we're going to be going over the Caffeine Bullet. What in the world is a Caffeine Bullet? I'm going to tell you about these ginger roars that they have, which are caffeinated chews, coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today where I go over everyday energy for everyday people on my channel. It is primarily energy drink reviews, but I do the occasional caffeine safety video as well as caffeinated products. And it's been a while since I brought you guys a caffeinated product. Some of you guys like them, most of you don't. So I do limit what I put on there. And how could you not want to know about a product called Caffeine Bullet? Well, I actually already did review this product, but different flavors and different ingredients. So if you want to check out my first video, looks something like that, I'll include it at the end too. You guys know I like to do that. But in that video, I gave you tons of information about the company, do a taste test of the original flavor, tell you about the creator of this product, David Hellard, who is a marathon and ultra running champion. Yeah, so you know he's going to be making some good products for you long distance runners or anyone who needs energy. Because even though he uses them for running, we could all use a little extra energy. The original Caffeine Bullet is a mint flavor and has 100 milligrams of caffeine in the chew. And they were so popular that they did end up coming out with a second flavor, Chocolate, and that one actually had 85 milligrams of caffeine. They went down a little bit on it in case 100 was a little too much for you. You could check out that review right there. I'm not going to put that one at the end though. You'll have to search for it on my channel. Or the playlist. Maybe I'll put a playlist at the end for you guys. Yeah, I like to make it easy for you guys. And this new product is called Ginger Roars. Just going to go ahead and grab them from my Caffeine Man fridge. They're not in the fridge. They're on top of the fridge. On top of the fridge. So they're not cold. I think they're best at room temperature. What is also good at room temperature is CaffeineMan1.com, where you can find out a little bit more about me, but more importantly, save money with my coupon codes and affiliate links. And you can even sign up for a newsletter going over what I went over last week and what will be coming up this week, all at CaffeineMan1.com. And here's what the package looks like. Well, not the package. The packaging for the chews, you actually already see the bag that's there. That is the big bag. They actually do come in some smaller options too, in case you don't want to have 60 of these without knowing if you like them or not. And these are a little bit smaller. I'm not sure if the caffeine amount is lower because they're smaller, or if they just decided to put a little less caffeine in them. Like I said, the first one had 100, the second one had 85. These ginger roars only have 33 milligrams of caffeine in them. To tell you the truth, I actually like that amount because it gives you more control over your caffeine. You know, if you ended up having 300 milligrams and you don't have that much more caffeine left for the day, well, you might want just a touch more energy, or you might be getting a little bit of a headache because you had the 300 earlier in the day. You need something at night. Just pop one of these little chews and you're gonna get 33 more, or you try 2 of them for 66, or you try 3 of them for 99. I'm stopping my math there because I can't keep adding 33s up. I'll get confused. Caffeine man, not good at math. But whenever you can have more control over your caffeine intake, I am always a fan. So let's go ahead, let's taste this out. Show you guys what it looks like. And these aren't gum, they are chews. So basically it is meant to be chewed until it completely dissolves in your mouth and goes away. So it's a lot better than gum or even your caffeine gums, because yes, I have reviewed a bunch of caffeine gums, but you know, once the flavor goes away, you still have that gum in your mouth, you gotta spit it out. You don't have to do anything with these. These just completely dissolve after you chew them for a little while, and then they're gone. No spitting necessary, except for you guys that swallow your gum, but don't do that. It stays in your body forever. What's also great about chews is that because you're chewing it, the caffeine gets absorbed through your oral membranes. Therefore, you're going to process the caffeine faster and you're going to get a quicker boost of energy. You're going to be able to feel the caffeine within 5 to 10 minutes, as opposed to ingesting it like you do with other edible caffeinated products, or in most people's cases, your energy drinks. You drink those energy drinks, it needs to be ingested, it gets processed through your stomach, and usually it can take around a half hour before you actually start to feel the effects of drinking an energy drink. So if you need caffeine or you need energy faster, you just take a chew and within 5 to 10 minutes, you'll already be feeling it. Let's taste it out. Trying to see if I can smell it. I'm curious how strong it's gonna be. I am definitely a fan of ginger product. I make my own ginger tea occasionally. I sometimes have those little ginger with the crystallized sugar on them, even though the sugar's not good for you. And there's lots of different ways you can go with ginger. You can go light, you can go strong, you can go whatever. I'm curious how these are. Let's stop the curiosity. Let's chew it out. Let's taste it out. Wasn't sure how the first one was going to sound. I'm also going to put it on a timer. That way you guys know how long it takes before it completely dissolves. The things I do for you guys and gals, a couple of gals that watch the channel. What's a couple? 88% of my audience is a male audience, according to YouTube. All right, here we go. Chew, stop the timer. Got that ginger right away. Ooh. Getting stronger. I'll probably have sped up the video a little bit too. I was tempted to just swallow it because there's only a little bit left, but I gotta get the full chew, you know? Gotta get the full time. Make sure I get all the caffeine, you know? Alright, boom. A minute and 45 seconds before it gets to this itty bitty nub that I ended up swallowing. I would say probably on minute 15, minute 30, it's small enough where you can probably swallow it. And my goodness, woo! Yeah, that gives some spice to it, you know? And I don't think it's super overly over the top spicy. Like, it's not going to be any kind of like a hot chip challenge or anything like that. I don't even think it's going to be to the point where it's too hot. It does give you a touch of burn. You know, I think it's giving you a strong amount of solid ginger flavor. And if I end up chewing it for another minute or two, or maybe if I have like another one or two, because you know you want to get 99 milligrams of caffeine, maybe it would stack up more. But it did start stacking from the beginning. I would relate it to if you guys have had any of like the hot Cheetos or hot Puffs or hot Dorito chips or whatever kind of chips that you have. You have the first one and you're like, this isn't really that hot, and then it starts to stack. You have the second one, you have the third one. Sometimes with those chips, it gets to a point where your mouth is just burning and you either stop eating them or you just keep eating them because you're like, well, my mouth's already burning, so it can't get any worse. It's a stacking effect similar to that, but you don't get to that point where it's burning and it's too hot. I would say you're probably at that point where you get like 2 or 3 chips in and you start to feel it and you're like, oh, I'm starting to feel it, and then it levels out right around that feeling it level of right before burn. You're at like the really warm mark, and that's the strength of the ginger that you're getting out of there. And I would say with that strong of a ginger flavor, when I do caffeinated products, I usually tell you on a scale of 1 to 5 how much caffeine I can taste, if any, because when it comes to caffeinated products, you can sometimes taste the caffeine in there. You do get this little bit of a bitter flavor, and it's usually not a bad bitter flavor. Most companies are doing a good job covering it up, and some people don't even mind the bitter flavor because if you're someone who drinks black coffee or strong black coffee, depending on what brand you have, it's got a bit of bitterness to it. It's got a strong amount of bitterness to it. So some people like the bitter. I'm usually not a fan of a strong bitter, and I do think you're getting a light bitter out of here. And I would say you're probably getting like a 1.5, but nothing that really takes away from that strong ginger flavor that you're getting. Now, typically I usually don't put caffeinated products on the Caffeine Man rating chart, but there have been some people that said, well, you know, saying it's good or bad really isn't enough, so can't you just give us a score? I'm like, well, okay, even though I don't put it on the chart because it's energy drinks, I could tell you on a scale of 1 to 10 what I think of the product. So I would actually say it's an 8. You know, it's a pretty good chew. Obviously you have to like ginger, and obviously you have to like that medium ginger level without it being too spicy. I would say some of your ginger products go light, like a ginger ale where you're getting just a hint of ginger. But for those of you who like a ginger brew, you know, there's a couple of different companies out there that do ginger brew, and there's one company that has a regular ginger brew that's really good, but then they have like an extra strength ginger brew that's like extra strong. I would say this is like the regular ginger brew, if that helps you. If you are looking to save 20% off these ginger chews or any of the Caffeine Bullet products, you can use coupon code CaffeineMan to get 20% off at checkout. That is not an affiliate link. I do not get a commission from that. That is straight up savings just for you guys. As mentioned before, if you want to know about that first review, I'll put that first review right up there. That is the original Caffeine Bullet with 100 milligrams of caffeine. And if you like this and want to know about more caffeinated products, I have an entire playlist of all the caffeinated products I've reviewed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night.